starting. So let me get back to the undergrad survey data. And I would like to demonstrate how we can recode some of these variables. And recoding might involve turning a categorical variable into a 0-1 binary coding. If there are two levels of the categorical variable, like male, female here, we can accomplish this by a simple find replace function. It is also possible we use the if function, which is available in Excel. If there are more levels of the categorical variable, like in the class variable right here, junior, senior, and sophomore, we don't have freshmen in this university. So 3 levels, we could create 2 binary variables, 2 categorical variables from this. Also, I want to demonstrate, for example, we may want to take the GPA, recode the GPA. Maybe we want to create a GPA out of 100. That's possible. And another thing we looked at during the session is we might want to create some categories from a numerical variable. So what if I want to take the GPA and convert it into high honor, like 3.5 and above, high honor, and honors students, and then the regulars. And I could also do this in terms of a recode. So let me start by demonstrating the very simple function of find replace. Probably you guys should have used it. So I'm going to use this gender variable, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to click on find and replace. I'm also specifically going to click on replace. There's also just find, just locate, or replace. Now, what I want to do is I want to, for example, take the male gender and that variable and convert it into a dummy variable, a binary variable. And basically, I will put the old value and the new value, which is old value is male, the new value is 0. If you do this exactly as I instructed, without this option, okay, and under options, I have to click on something because otherwise I will get FE0, because I have to make sure that I match the entire contents of the cell. So matching entire contents of the cell, I just have to click this, and then when I do complete, and it has made 29 replacements. So I then further could go on and take this. In this case, I don't have to say match the entire contents, but it's just clicked. So let's leave it as it is. And if I again say replace all, if you click replace, it will do it one by one. So if you want to invoke this function, but you have to check every time, then you have to use this replace, and it will go one by one. So basically, 33 changes have been made. So let me close it now. So I have essentially a variable now, which is binary, in which I don't have a text, I don't have a string, but I have 2 values, and I know what these values stand for. And but I have to write it down somewhere, maybe because I might lose this information on what it is. Okay, so basically any further analysis now, we can take advantage of this binary variable. So let me do one more thing. Take the GPA. First, I want to insert a new column here, and I want to maybe create a GPA over 100. So all I have to do here is take the GPA variable, multiply by 100, and divide by 4, since it's a GPA over 4. And if my system, if I'm accustomed to using the GPA over 100, now that is a variable which has been transformed into 100. Something, again, more interesting, I might want to, for example, identify those students in my data who are honor students over 3 and who are high honor students like over 3.6. So how can I do it? Maybe I have to, again, insert a function. And as you know, the other function isn't changed because Excel keeps the link to the original area. So I will call this honor status. Okay, so then I will use a function which again may be useful to you in general. I'm going to invoke the if function. In Turkish. To write that, we need to use okay, eğer. So, and this function will need to perform a logical check. Okay, and if the logical evaluation, like something is greater than 3, or something is less than 5, or something is equal to a value, and this logical check, the result of that, if that's true, it will assume a value. If that's false, it will assume another value. So in order to complete this, because we have high honor, honors, and regulars, so I will have to do an embedded if function. So when in the else of the first if, there will be another if. And at the final stage, I will just put regular. So I want to do my check first. What is my check? Is the GPA, okay, greater than 3.5? Now, if this is true, I will put honors. Now I put it in quotations, okay. Now, and then I have to now, what will this value be if this is not true? So there are two cases. If this is greater than 3, sorry, I have to do it also, I have to do it high honor in this case. Now, and then here I have to embed another if. Okay. Now, in this case, I will have to open the parentheses again. And if G2 is actually greater than 3, then it will be just honor. Now, I don't have to perform a third check, but if the case is if the case requires that you do this a number of times, you can do so, but it will just be a regular student. I'll call it a regular student. So then I have to close my brackets, and you see it gives you a color code depending on how many times you did the embedded ifs. So now this person, for example, turns out to be regular. If I paste it down, there's a high honor student, there's another regular student, and I go down, and there's honor student 3.1, but not above 3.5. So if I keep this further, okay, and I will have effectively created a variable which takes a numerical variable, and I have converted or recoded it into a categorical variable with the defined categories and using the if function in Excel. It is also possible, for example, time remaining, I might give you one more example to recode the class into two binary variables, again using the if function. Okay, so I will just, now you might ask me, why don't you create another one like 3, because we have junior, senior, and sophomore, but it will be actually enough to have 2. So So I will call one of them the junior binary, okay, and the other one the senior binary, okay, and I will again use the if function, and if this value is equal to junior, and I want to make it a 1, otherwise a 0. And notice when there's a text, either in the logical check or otherwise, I put quotations around it. Okay, you can see it right here. But when I did the check with a number, when I compared 2.9 to 3.5, I didn't have to do that. So that's something it might be worth mentioning. So the binary junior only takes the value 1 if the categorical variable has a value which is equal to junior. And I can do the same thing for senior. Again, choose the if function. This is equal to senior, it will be 1, otherwise 0. Okay, so I'm just doing that just to automatically resize the column width. Okay, so now effectively also I have generated 2 binary variables from the class standing variable, which take on values of 1 and 0. Okay, so that was the demonstration I wanted to do.